Hello everyone, my name is Kostya. In this video I want to test Ling 3.0 Flash. At the moment this neural network is free for us, meaning it's free on OpenRouter and it's also free on OpenCode, so you can try it absolutely free of charge. It was released not so long ago, literally a week ago. It has a context window of 262,000. The price, as you can see, is free. And let's take a look at the benchmarks right away. In the benchmark, we are comparing this model with Minimax Step 3.7 Flash in high thinking mode, also DeepSeek V4 Flash at the maximum thinking level, and we also have Nemotron here, but Nemotron is already quite old. GPT 5.4 Mini in high thinking mode and Claude Sonnet 4.6. Not the very top models were chosen, but Minimax M 2.7 was pretty good in its time, so let's see what the metrics show here. And the metrics are as follows. So it's literally at about the level of Minimax 2.7. Today we'll see what it can do in web coding and draw our own conclusions about it. Let's go through the prompts. I'll be reworking them soon, but for now, everything remains the same. So we have a low poly graphics character. Next, we have a 3D project with an aquarium, a landing page, and a game. Of course, we'll start with the character with this prompt right here. It's already entered here and ready to go. So in OpenCode, I'll be using the highest level of thinking available to us. As you can see, it's free here and I'm sending it off. And as soon as we get the results, we'll take a look and discuss them. So let's see what we've got. It took literally 41 seconds, but most likely the result will be exactly the same as before. Well, yeah, of course, this isn't the result of the top models, but it's pretty decent for a free neural network. Let's see what kind of effect it has here. Aha, so there is an effect. He's even holding a staff in his hand. He's holding it in a strange way, but oh well. So he's doing some kind of magic there. Here we've got some blue mushrooms, some effects, and he even has a face. So I can see a nose, cheeks, but I don't see a beard. There's a mouth and eyes. By the way, he got the hat right. Actually, many neural networks get the hat wrong. So in this case, everything's fine with that. The only thing is I can't rotate the scene in any way. But oh well. In my opinion, just look. He has shoulders, he has arms, he even has hands, or something like that. Overall, for a free neural network, this is quite a decent result. Let's look at the next test. I've also already specified the path to the file where the prompt is stored. Let's see what kind of fish it will make. I have a feeling it's going to make something really interesting. Maybe we'll get some kind of trashy fish. So 1 minute and 29 seconds. I specifically found Minimax 2.7, which is compared to Ling 3.0 in benchmarks, so I could compare the results. So here's what it made. What is this? It's unclear. This doesn't look like fish. I don't even know what this is. Is this a tail or is something installed incorrectly? And they're also swimming the wrong way, or it's really hard to figure out what this construction is. The grass is arranged horizontally, not vertically. There are rocks, okay. Water. By the way, no complaints about the water. There are bubbles. Let's see what Minimax did back then. Back then, Minimax made something like this. So at least the fish looked somewhat like fish. I mean, they had eyes, yes, maybe they didn't have tails, but at least they had eyes. The grass looked like this. There were bubbles, there were rocks, there was sand. I don't know. I'll leave it up to you to decide which fish are better. In my opinion, these ones, because at least they look like fish, these don't look like anything at all. I don't know what this is. Some kind of alien creatures. Well, let's see. Maybe it will perform much better in the landing page because neural networks work much better for the web. So when we have the result, I'll show it to you specifically for the landing page. So our landing page is ready in 6 minutes. Well, 5 minutes and 59 seconds to be exact. I've already launched a local server so we can take a look at the landing page. So here's what it did. It has some issues in that it didn't add images, not all of them, or some images don't work. Here we also have some images that aren't working. It created a very basic landing page. There are animations in some places, and in others there aren't any. So it's not clear how this is supposed to work. Oh no, the animation works everywhere, but only if you hover directly over the icon. Okay, we have reviews, and you can enter your email. Let's try telling it that it was wrong. Still, let's have it replace all the images with working ones and add a 3D lamp effect. Where is this landing page? Let it read again what is actually needed. So it made some changes. At least that's what it says. Let's see what we've got. I don't see the flashlight. So it didn't add it, but it did replace the images. Are they appropriate ones? Well, that's a big question. But this isn't Ho Chi Minh City, it's not Sapa, it's not Hainan, it's not Halong Bay, it's not Hanoi. So basically it just slapped on some random pictures. Yeah, it absolutely slapped on random pictures. Okay, I get it. It's not really taking the edits seriously. So he didn't do what we asked him to do. And as for the prompt, he performed extremely poorly. We can take a look at how it handles adaptability. Alright then, let's talk about adaptivity. We certainly do have a remarkable sense of adaptability. Well, at least thanks for that. I don't know if I would trust him with any of my projects. That's a big question. I wouldn't trust him, 100% wouldn't trust him. There are more interesting models out there. Even if they're free, it's better to pay a little but not get results like these. And now we move on to the final test. Now we have a game. The last thing it will do, and then we'll draw our conclusions about Ling 3.0 Flash. So, 1 minute and 59 seconds. Let's see what we've got. So, well, visually it actually looks pretty good. There are mountains, there are clouds, there's the sun. Okay. The jumps work. Alright, we've got rocks. Well, it seems like a fully functional game. Yeah, pretty much. The speed increases. Yeah, that's right. Restart, everything works. Well, I wouldn't say it's anything amazing, but for such a small model, this is actually a pretty good result. I mean, he ended up with a working game. So it can definitely handle logic. Yeah, it's a pretty decent result. Let's run through it again and see what we've got. We had this kind of Mac, pretty decent. I'd give it about a 4 out of 5. We ended up with terrible fish and an aquarium, but I think that's a really poor result by the standards of 2026. By August standards, that's already very weak. Our landing page turned out to be absolutely talentless. I mean, this is a standard neural network landing page from last year, maybe even the beginning of last year. So it's absolutely useless. And the game, well, at least it works. I don't know, like, it's hard to really criticize the visuals here. The mountains look pretty normal. We can't really see the dinosaur, just its back part. But I see that there are a few fragments there. But overall, it handled the logic here. You could even say it did a good job with the game. So, final thoughts on Ling 3.0 Flash. The model turned out, well, mediocre. It's unlikely it can be used as the main one. Really, very unlikely. I definitely wouldn't recommend using it as your main one. Maybe as a second or third option for some super minor edits. And even then, it's likely to cause problems on a large project. You don't need that. At this point, I wouldn't use it, and I absolutely wouldn't recommend it. There are other strong Chinese models you can use, like GLM Kimi and other neural networks as well, like Minimax, but this one definitely not. As a foundation, use GPT or Claude. That's the most reliable way to solve your tasks. You can share your opinion about this neural network in the comments. Also, let us know which combinations you use. We're interested and we'll read them. Leave your comments, subscribe to the channel, and follow our Telegram channel. See you soon. Bye.